Sa'id ibn Sa'id al-Harithi radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he said that there are forests of golden bamboo in Jannah that are loaded with pearls. And when the people of paradise desire to hear a beautiful sound, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends a wind and it will bring about all the sound that they desire. So think about the wind chimes of Jannah and the birds chirping while you're sitting there. And one of the things that we avoid in this life for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sinful music. And in one narration from Muhammad ibn al-Mukandir, he said that on the day of judgment, a caller will call, "Where are those who protected their ears and themselves from the meetings of amusement and the instruments of shaitan? Put them on the dunes of musk." And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say to the angels, "Asmi'uhum tamjidi wa tahmidi." Cause them to hear my glorification and my praise. So the angels start to do the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when the angels do dhikr, think of beautiful munshideen or qurra, people that recite the Quran or recite beautiful poems and beautiful nasheeds. Imagine listening to the angels glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala together. And Shahr ibn Hawshab rahimahullah, he said that Allah will say to the angels, "My devoted slaves loved beautiful voices in this world, but they abandoned some of them for my sake," meaning the sinful ones. "Make them hear what is even more beautiful." So the angels will start to glorify and praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a way that they've never heard before. There's no album like the album of the Malaika singing, and you can hear that in Jannah, and that can be your soundtrack while you're walking in Jannah and strolling and enjoying the quiet. But it doesn't stop there. And Imam al-Awza'i rahimahullah, he said that there is no one who has a more beautiful voice among the creation of Allah than Israfil alayhi salam. I told you we'd get back to him. Remember Israfil, who has his lips puckered to the horn to end the world? Now he no longer does that. And he has the most beautiful voice, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will command him to sing. And there will remain no angel in the skies except that it will suspend its prayer to listen to Israfil alayhi salam. And that will continue as long as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, "If the people knew my greatness, they would not worship anyone beside me." Subhanallah. But it doesn't stop there. What about the prophets of Allah? Remember Dawood alayhi salam and what he has of beauty? Malik ibn Dinar rahimahullah explains the ayah, وَإِنَّ لَهُ عِنْدَنَا لَزُلْفَى وَحُسْنَ مَآبٍ, that verily for him, Dawood alayhi salam, is closeness to us and a good place to return to. He said that when the day of judgment comes, a high pulpit will be put in Jannah, and Allah will say, "Ya Dawood, glorify me with that beautiful and melodious voice which used to glorify me with in the world." And Dawood alayhi salam will start to glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that will capture the attention of all of the people of Jannah and give them joy. So dhikr beautifies your quiet in dunya while increasing your reward in Jannah. But what does dhikr do for you in Jannah? And if this is the beauty of all of the voices and the sounds, the birds chirping, the angels glorifying Allah, the wind chimes, the recitation of the prophets, what are you going to sound like in Jannah when you glorify Allah?